My name's Jason Lauve. I'm from Boulder, Colorado, and I've been a medical cannabis patient for about 5 years now. I use cannabis for my pain and muscle spasms. And I found that about 2 years after my accident, being on heavy narcotics, so opiates of all sorts, I was on tramadol and Neurontin and Vicodin and oxycodone, and the list goes on and on. Over that period of time, I felt like I lost who I was. I was depressed, extremely anxious. I was angry at everything and really just didn't want to do anything. I didn't perform well at work. And so my life really wasn't where it should have been. The quality of life was unacceptable, really, to me and my family and my friends around me. I found that cannabis really made a huge difference for me. My neurologist and I had a long conversation about 2 years after my accident, and suggested that I try cannabis. And so I started to ingest large amounts of cannabis, large amounts according to the law enforcement later on down the road. But that started to make a huge difference. I was able to decrease my opiate intake and all the other pharmaceuticals. My stomach felt better. I felt clearer in my head. I was able to think. I was able to perform better at work. My appraisals at work got better. And so actually just recently, I've stopped taking all of my pain medications. I'm off of oxycodone. I'm off of Vicodin. I'm off of my tramadol, off of my Neurontin. I don't use the patches that I used to use, and so on and so forth. So these last few weeks have been phenomenal for me. I feel like I'm clearer in my head, and I feel like I can move around more. The pain sucks. The muscle spasticity is okay. It's being mitigated by the cannabis. I do feel better. I can function, but I feel like I am able to have a quality of life which is absolutely fantastic. I know it sounds weird, but it almost seems like it's better now than it was before my accident. And I think it's just because I've learned to live with cannabis as my pain mitigator, and it also helps me get to sleep, which is a big deal. I have muscle spasms through the night, and normally can't sleep with that. But it's really worked out for me over the last 3 years, and so for the last 3 years, I'm still trying to figure out what works. Specifically, what was really exciting for me at this conference, however, is that we see data now that proves that CBDs are very valuable as a cannabinoid, and that THC, we all know, has some value to it medicinally, but it's not the predominant cannabinoid that I need for myself, at least. And so this is just reinforcing my own experience, my anecdotal data, if you will, with what I've done. I think my daily routine has changed completely. I don't rely on consistent pills all the time. I can use cannabis when I have a major pain outbreak, and so I can use it to mitigate my needs as I need it. But it also gives me the opportunity to ingest, for example, and have a long duration of comfort, of effect, so of pain mitigation. But really what it gives me is I don't have any of the side effects from the pharmaceutical pills. I don't have the constipation. I don't have the upset stomach, the burning stomach. I don't have the nausea. You know, everyone has heard these stories, but it hurts. It destroys us as humans. It destroyed me physically, but it also made me depressed. So using the cannabis, I feel no anxiety being off the pills. I don't have the constipation. My stomach feels great. I'm eating more. I feel more energetic. I feel like I can be physically more active. I was a professor for about 6 years before all this happened, up until about 8 months ago. And I feel clearer now than I have in the last 5 years. I feel that I can respond to things reasonably. I feel calmer. I feel like I can react in a reasonable way opposed to just reacting with medication, which was anger and anxiety and frustration and all those other things. So in terms of my thought process, I'll just share with you, I've been having all these wonderful ideas. I have a magazine I've been publishing these last few months called Cannabis Health News Magazine, and I've been writing, I've been managing all the people that work with the magazine. We've been traveling on trips coming to places like this, and I'm absorbing more information than I have in years, and I want more. So It's getting better. I can see that things are really improving, and I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. So, and so this conference, right now, this specific conference has given me so much information, all of us so much information. I feel like I want to run out in the streets and go, hey, I have all this information to share with you, but at the same time, I need to be gentle with the rest of society, public, and ease this information into their realm of thought, because this is a lot to absorb. I also, at the same time in saying that, I would like to see a lot more postgraduate kind of level information available at these conferences. There are so many people I still meet that don't know anything about cannabis and how it can benefit us and how it can help move us forward. What I would say to you is, please research. Please do some investigating on Google, on the internet. Open a book or a magazine on cannabis. Open High Times. Admittedly enough, even though it's a recreational magazine, try and expose yourself to what's out there. But be open to the understanding that there has been a 80-year stereotype that's been built up upon us. And just give us a chance. Give your mind a chance to absorb all that information out there. Talk to people, communicate with other people, make phone calls, ask patients at a time information, do some research on the net with all the other websites that are available. So I encourage education and research, and look for it out there. And hopefully you'll start to see more and more information being put out in the news and into media and into mainstream resources. So. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Mark.